Well, for more on this, I'm now joined by Volodymyr Armenyan, the former Minister of Infrastructure of Ukraine, now a soldier of the Ukrainian army belonging to the 206th Battalion Territorial Defence. Thank you so much indeed for your time. Now, the latest move by Russia, it does suggest that they're going to be pumping in more resources into this assault. Does the Ukrainian army have the necessary resources to stave off the Russian forces from Bakhmut and other crucial cities?
Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to be on your channel. Fight still goes on, and we believe that there is no other alternative for Ukrainians than to fight. That's why, regardless what kind of resources or supplies we have, we keep on fighting. My battalion was just returned for recovery from Bakhmut last week. We severed heavy bombing and artillery strikes done by Russians. Yes, Kyiv is under permanent attack, and many southern and eastern cities of Ukraine endure the same. But we do understand that Russia is in panic. They are desperately waiting our offensive operation. And they understand that Red Army is under big question whether it will stand this offensive operation or will simply flee back to Crimea or even to Kuban and other Russian territory. For Putin, there is no other way out as well. He put himself in that condition that what have been regarded as the blitzkrieg or easy walk war turned into bloody, no perspective war on European continent, and Putin is losing scores every single day. That's why we see that only ally who stands by Kremlin is Northern Korea and partly Iran. Even China, who was more or less neutral, with every next day of Putin's failure, turns out to be more and more skeptical about possibility of Russia not even to become a great power or superpower in the world, but to stay as a regional state, because Kremlin failed all promises and showed that Red Army of Russia is really incapable to perform in military operations. Even their supersonic weapon, which was claimed as a Wunderwaffe of Putin, was hit by Ukrainians just recently, and there is nothing left to threat the world except nuclear strikes. But nuclear war is unlikely to happen.
Well, nobody wants that, clearly. And when it comes to the Wagner group here, now they made a U-turn on their decision to leave Bakhmut. The Russian officials have promised to reinforce them and supply them with more ammo. What's your take on this? How worrying is this?
I believe that Prigozhin, chief of Wagner Group, is simply bluffing. I spent 2 months in Bakhmut. Every 30 minutes, there is an artillery or airstrike by Russians. There is no sound of empty reserves or absence of ammunition from Russian side. Secondly, Prigozhin was allowed to state publicly what he said by Putin. Without blessing of Putin, Prigozhin would have been imprisoned next second after opening his mouth and criticizing Ministry of Defense or General Staff of Russian Army. So as of today, Prigozhin and his illegal Wagner group stays in Bakhmut. There is no real reinforcement. The only problem for Prigozhin is not ammunition, is a man. His personnel was shortened by Ukrainians with 40,000 personnel. So he lost almost 40,000 soldiers in battlefield of Bakhmut, and he knows that his ability to perform is strictly limited right now.
Okay. Volodymyr Armenyan, the former Minister of Infrastructure of Ukraine and also serving in the army right now. Thank you so much for your time, and we wish you well and stay safe.
We will win.